Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're covering some concerning topics, both as a result of Electronic Arts, our favorite publisher of our favorite games. Apparently EA is considering adding in-game advertisements, first starting with their sports titles. We'll talk about what this could mean for the future of Battlefield and other FPS franchises because, let's be completely honest with ourselves, they've already done some pretty high-profile collabs with Battlefield 6, so On top of this, there's more concerning news regarding layoffs potentially impacting studios, so we have a lot to discuss in this video. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like button. Check if you're subbed. Over 50% of people that watch these videos are not subbed, so you might love the videos, but you just don't realize they're not subbed to the channel. Check out the second channel, and of course, check out the Spotify as well. All of my YouTube content goes up automatically for you guys on Spotify now. The first thing I want to cover is the new EA advertising team. This is from Charlie Intel. Apparently, quote, EA launched a brand new EA advertising team that will add ads to their games, starting in sports titles. Quote, integrate directly into gameplay through dynamic, real-time placements, from stadium signage to custom in-game content designed to enhance, not disrupt, the player experience. I mean, are they fucking serious? Like, really? They hired a team of people for this? Alright, so obviously this is not going to immediately impact any of the Battlefield franchise games or any other franchises other than the sports titles, but even for the sports titles, I have a feeling this is going to receive a lot of pushback. And who's to say they're not going to expand this to other franchises once they test it in their sports titles? Battlefield 6 has already had multiple in-game collaborations. I would even go as far to say the Red Bull collaboration with the motorbike event was just a full-on ad because it lasted for a long time, it was a front-page thing, and it was essentially impossible to miss. But the things they're talking about adding with real-time placements, from stadium signage and all this sort of stuff, imagine walking around Cairo Bazaar and there's like, I don't know, some sort of EA sponsor on a billboard or at a bus stop. Do they seriously expect for this not to disrupt the player experience? And please explain to me how this is going to enhance the player experience. As far as I'm concerned, this is the continuation of shitification. These companies just don't fucking get it. They're all about making money at any cost imaginable, and I really would not be surprised to see this implemented in many, many games going forward in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm sure you guys have noticed this in real life. There's an ad for everything. I mean, you pause a show, there's an ad. You go to change a channel, there's an ad. I mean, they try to fit these ad placements in any place they can, and they're not stopping. This is what they do. They take a little more ground, they wait to see the reaction, then they take even more ground, and now it is infiltrating games that people bought up front already. So you buy a game and you can't even escape the ads. But you know what's funny? They'll probably add some sort of ad-free gaming experience monthly subscription. See, this is how they think. They're fucking evil. I can see it now. Play Battlefield 7 ad-free with EA Pro or something. Of course, this hasn't happened yet, and I don't want to blow anything out of proportion, but it's just one of those things where once you hear about it, you can just see it coming, and you can sort of feel the inevitability of it, especially considering the way ads have been treated outside of gaming for the longest time. Moving on, though, this is coming from Battlefield Bulletin. There has been another report from EA, and, quote, according to industry insider Destin Legerie, EA has launched a new wave of layoffs affecting several internal departments of the company. Even though this cycle of layoffs is relatively small, more developers could be fired later on, as this is just the initial round of job cuts. We'll have to see how this develops, but this is never great to hear, especially after basically the rug pull of Battlefield 6 after launch. BF6 being the best-selling FPS game in recent memory, and then of course EA laying a ton of people off. And it seems as though there is no end in sight. Hopefully this doesn't affect any studios regarding Battlefield in any massive way. But seeing this article got me thinking, and it made me remember that EA is gunning to have Battlefield become a yearly release. Yes, if you weren't aware, there were multiple statements made probably over a year ago at this point that they're gunning to make Battlefield a yearly release franchise. And I just have a couple questions regarding that. So number one, Battlefield 6 has barely improved since launch. There have been pretty impactful updates recently regarding visibility and some vehicle improvements, but that's also 8 months after launch. So this just makes me pose the question, if they're going for a yearly release schedule, are they going to just leave the game the exact same as it was in the beta? Because you can't possibly convince me that they're suddenly going to just lock in and be able to magically fix all of these games' problems in a way faster time frame if it's taking them this long to address some of the most prevalent and obvious Battlefield 6 issues we have experienced since really the beta of the game. But I think there's one very important thing to just remember here. It's all about money. It's always been about money. And EA was recently sold. The people that bought EA went $20 billion into debt in order to do so, and they definitely intend to recuperate that $20 billion and then post a profit after the fact. And yearly releases sounds like a really, really good idea if you want to make a shit ton of money and just rug pull people consistently, similarly to how Call of Duty does that. Have to be honest, guys, the future for the next, I'd say 3 to 7 years for Battlefield is going to be possibly the most interesting time period we've ever seen in Battlefield history. There is a ton of change on the horizon, and I don't necessarily think it's going to be popular change with the community. There's going to be many debates about all of this sort of stuff, and I mean, of course, we'll just have to see how this all unfolds, but once EA says something that big out loud when it comes to we're pursuing yearly releases, they're probably dead fucking serious, and they're actively working on it as we speak. So I don't know, very worried for the future of Battlefield. It's very likely, ladies and gentlemen, that Battlefield 7 is the last traditionally developed Battlefield game we will ever see. It could enter the yearly release cycle immediately after Battlefield 7 launches, and then we get Battlefield 8 a year after. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comment section concerning times ahead indeed. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, check out the second channel. I'm posting regularly on that channel, guys, and having a ton of fun doing so. And if you didn't know already, I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders and this very YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.